Hey guys, before the episode starts, I wanted to apologize about how long it is. I really wasn't planning for it to be that long. I really tried to remove a lot of details. Yeah. It didn't work out. So I'm sorry. I will try to make the next episode shorter, hopefully. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode. Hopefully you will enjoy it and benefit from it in any way. Because I feel like this episode especially is important. So yeah, you can take breaks while hearing the episode, and you can do whatever activity you feel like you feel like doing. But like, and actually tell me what activity you were doing, because actually hearing some of you and what they did, it was really cool. But like, do you can do both things, but like, you should focus. Yeah. What's important is for you to focus. You're not hearing me for just the sake of, yeah, I heard you. I will question you guys. I will question you, especially the people I know. Anyways, see you in the episode. Welcome everyone to another episode of The Long Voice Note. Today I want to talk about my time off social media. I know some of you are gonna call me a grandpa after this episode وانا بقى مستنيكوا انا بتكلم عربي وبقول ان انا مستنيكوا يا اساتذة ما شاء الله ونشوف بقى. And others might actually prefer watching more recognized content creators when hearing about such topics. And I wouldn't blame you. When it comes to self-development, you should watch the best content possible. But that shouldn't stop you from hearing me out, giving me a chance. Like maybe, just maybe, if you listen to what I have to say as if I'm a friend telling you about a life-changing experience, I could change your mind. And now that we're done with the introduction, I will tell you a quick recap of my past. Yeah, I have to mention my past. Yeah, it's just something that I have to do. But I will try to rush a little bit because not all of these details are important, but I remember I was introduced to social media, most specifically Facebook and Messenger, around year 2 and year 4. Yeah, I was mind blown. Seriously, I was like, wow. How does such an app have all the people that I actually know? I found my family members, friends, classmates, teachers, coaches, everyone that I knew was on that app. I was amazed. And I believe a lot of us were. Yes, we weren't introduced to technology in general until we were around 7. So yeah, it was amazing seeing such things. But right now you will see your 3-year-old cousin with a smartphone and wow, times have changed, I guess. I do not mean anything. لا بجد مش قصدي حاجة والله، مش بحسد ولا أي حاجة يعني، ما شاء الله وربنا يزيد ويبارك إن شاء الله يعني. بس يا جماعة ده الوقت اتغير خالص. So yeah, the fact that I didn't receive my first smartphone until year 7, until I was 7 years old. That is just wow. I guess. So yeah, good for them, I believe. Yeah. Anyways, so I would have told you a lot of memories I had with Facebook, but I will tell you one, which shows how much of a jahil I was when using Facebook. So I remember adding one of my classmates on Facebook, and they didn't accept my friend request. So a couple of days later, I told them, hey, I sent you a friend request. Did it reach you? They said no. A couple of weeks later, I asked again. They said no. Kept asking the entire year of school. You want to know why? That is actually because I thought that a friend request is like a letter. It takes time to actually reach the person. So yeah, I was that much of a jahil. But at least now they're one of my best friends, and we are friends on Facebook, so that's a good thing. So yeah, all of this, I had this phase before year 7 when I didn't use social media a lot, and I was a jahil. Yeah, I used it a little bit, like any kid would, changing my profile picture based on my interests and everything. And yeah, posting every once in a while, yeah. That was all I used it for, but I didn't use it a lot. Facebook and Messenger. Okay? But in year 7, all of that changed because I was introduced to the world of social media. Yeah, I heard about apps like Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I didn't download Snapchat until year 9, but I remember downloading Twitter in year 7, and I just deleted it a couple of days later because I found it to be useless. Yeah, I know some of you will be shocked, but like, yeah, you will get used to it by the end of this episode. And I remember also downloading Instagram, which impacted my life a lot, which is weird to say, but like, yeah, it did impact my life a lot. So yeah, starting from year 7, I started using social media more. Like, and when I say more, you could say I used Facebook every once in a while. Like, yeah. But like, when it came to year 7, no, I used Facebook, Messenger, Instagram probably for the half of the day. Yeah. So that's when I started to actually get invested in those apps. Like, yeah, thanks to Instagram, I would say that my texting skills improved. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Because I was very bad at texting. Yeah. Also, I got to know new people who I never heard of. Some from my school, some are outside. Some are outside school. Yes, and I would also say that I got to know the people I already knew more in a deeper level. So that was a good thing too. I was also able to express myself more when it comes to uploading stories, posting pictures, and everything. Like, yeah. And finally, I experienced my celebrity phase. And no, I wasn't a celebrity, but like, yeah, I used to talk to a lot of celebrities all the time. I will do an entire episode about it. But I will just say that I felt so cool talking to my favorite celebrities. Yeah, I kept bragging about it every day. Until, like, I do not know when did I stop, or if I ever stopped. Yeah. But like, yeah, I like, all these things increased my confidence and everything. But like, the thing is that I started using them a lot, like 6 hours or something, which doesn't seem like a lot now, to what I will say later. But like, yeah, it was a lot compared to my usage time before year 7, which were probably around an hour or 2. Yeah. So yeah, in year 7 and 8, I used Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger. And I have to say, like, I felt like my identity is starting to be connected to the apps that I use. Since I express myself, a lot of the people I know are on these apps. I got to know them more on these apps. I share my thoughts on these apps and everything. Like, yeah, I felt like my whole identity is connected to those. So I started using them more and more. Year 8 more than 7, and in 9 more than 8. In year 9, I started using it even more than year 8. So yeah, like, I kept using social media a lot. I will not deny it. Okay. Yeah, my usage time kept only increasing. So yeah, this is something a lot of us do. We actually feel like our whole identity is connected to our account, just because we experienced a lot with it. Like, yeah, we got to know a lot of people through it, and yeah, it helped in expressing myself and improving my texting skills. But like, still, yeah, I am me. I can spend time not using the app, but I didn't realize that. Like, I kept using them as much as I could. Yeah, and I remember my parents starting to tell me, no, leave the phone. And I know that is something every Arab parents say. Yeah. But like, at the time, yes, I didn't feel like, no, I'm not using it a lot. But like, now I see that I will not deny that. So yeah, I still kept using it. And I remember, like, yeah, my usage time only increased. And then came year 9 when I downloaded Snapchat alongside Twitter. But I deleted Twitter for the same reason I said before. So in year 9, I started using Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and Snapchat. And in year 10, I did the same process but with TikTok. I downloaded TikTok and Twitter and deleted Twitter and started using TikTok a lot. So yeah, I would say by year 10 I was using social media a lot, like for 10 hours or something. Like 10 hours out of the day and 8 hours of sleeping, like 6 hours without actually using them or something. Yeah, that isn't right, you know? And probably those 6 hours were the part, like, where where the time I spent with at school, you know, or studying or doing whatever. So yeah, holding the phone always, no, it actually made me live in my own bubble. Like it did feel like, yeah, I do not know what is happening around me. As much as I started to hear about countries I've never heard of thanks to social media. Like yeah, I was that much of a جاهل من ناحية برضو البلاد ومن ناحية الأحداث اللي في العالم وكده. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't have known about a lot of events or countries or people. But like still, I didn't know what was happening around me. I felt disconnected from the people who are supposed to be closest to me. So yeah, like I only just was attached to my phone, talking to the people I knew through social media and uploading like I always do and whatever. So yeah, and when it came to year 10, like the problem only got worse. I kept using it more and more and more. Like, no, that shouldn't happen. That is not good. I didn't see that at the time. I just felt like I'm rewarding myself. From what? From studying for an hour or two? For spending 5 hours at school? What about sitting with your family? What about talking to your friends? Like, yeah, like just try to do that more in person. You don't have to communicate through social media. I know there are long distance connections, I will not deny. But like, what about the ones that aren't long distance? Why do we still try online rather than like, it's good actually getting to know people online. Yes, I will not deny, like a lot of people that I actually barely knew, now they're one of my best friends just because I texted them a lot. But like, yeah, do not depend on social media like it's everything and there is nothing without it. Okay? Like, as I told you, I felt like my whole identity is being more and more connected to social media. Like, I was nothing without them. So yeah, when I was told, like, leave the phone, I never really understood it. No. My whole life is on these apps. So yeah. In year 11, it only got worse because I was depending on social media, not for entertainment, no, but actually for avoiding my problems, to avoid trying to deal with the issues I was going through. Yeah, just to distract myself or feel better for a couple of hours. Yeah, but like the problem isn't going anywhere. Like it's still waiting for me. It is inevitable to actually face it. But that is something I never really realized at the time. I just kept depending on social media, saying I was doing this because I care about myself. I'm doing what's best for me, which is trying to make myself feel better. And how is that? By watching videos? I do not believe that this actually helps. Like, I will not deny. Like, a lot of social media applications do help. A lot of content on the social media applications does help. Some motivational quotes, some content creators that give tips and everything, some videos that make you realize a lot of things about your life, some people who actually talk about similar experiences and you feel less alone in this. So yeah, it did help in many ways, I will not deny. But still, the main usage of the app is not that. It's entertainment. It's distracting. Yeah, we're distracting ourselves. And even watching the content that I said, it will not benefit you unless you actually take the action. Do the things you heard, the tips and everything. If you just keep watching videos about how to increase your confidence or whatever. Like, I remember, like, I know Like a lot of videos like that exist. You will never increase your confidence until you actually talk to people. I can tell you that if I watched a million videos about how to improve my texting, it will not be better until I actually text people. Like, yeah. And like, yeah, we all talk in our own way. Like right now, uh, some of us talk in Arabic, some of us talk in English, and others are talking. I don't ثانية أنا نسيت اسمها إيه والله. خليها انجليربي ولا حاجة. أنا نسيت اسم اللغة اللي إحنا فرانكو. Yeah, now we're talking Franco. So yeah, like, yeah. How would, like, if you just kept watching a video like someone giving tips about how to talk, probably it will be in English, and you will just, when it comes to someone who's talking in Arabic, like, what do I do? Will you open Google Translate and translate every sentence? No, you should be yourself, you know? And that isn't something that you will realize when you watch a video. No, you will realize it by time, by experiencing this. Like, yes, okay. So, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, there are a lot of videos giving tips on life in general, how to be confident, how to be whatever, how to do this and that. You will only be able to do it when you actually try. Okay, so yeah, I remember like when I watched in year 11 a lot of the videos. Yes, some did help, some made me realize, and I tried as much as I could to do the tips to deal with that I was dealing with and feel better. Like, yeah, when it came to year 12, it was only getting worse. It wasn't actually getting better. I was still kind of avoiding my problems, and even the things that I did weren't as effective anymore. And I felt like, yeah, I'm dealing with the past issues and still dealing with the current ones. Like, I'm dealing with the current issues and still dealing with the old ones. So, yeah. And using social media started to actually be overwhelming rather than helping. Yes. I am not kidding. Like, yeah, I didn't feel like it was helping anyway, and some of the content made me feel like I'm going nowhere in my life. Like seeing, like, that kid who is probably, that person who is probably like, 17 years old and with a business, mashallah, yani, and living their best life, and I'm still at school just worried about their result. Like, it does feel like, is something wrong with me or whatever? Like, yeah, you start to compare yourself to other people that you know and people that you don't. And you start to question, is that normal? Is that, like, remember that this is all, like, there are different cultures on social media. There are different perspective, backgrounds, and everything. Like, not everything is normal. Like, not because that creator uploaded his experience about this or tips about that and whatever, like, does mean that we actually are supposed to do it. No. We all have our background, our way of living. Okay? So, yeah, like, I felt like I started, like, feeling like I'm not benefiting from social media as much as, like, yeah, there was still some useful content, like, still not it's not helpful enough, you know. So, yeah, I started to realize, no, social media isn't helping, and I actually felt like, no, I want to get better, I want to feel better. I started like, yeah, I have to actually deal with my problems, so I have to do something different. And I will tell you something that I remember, like, it will show how much I developed for a year. Like, in year 11 or in year 10, when I was using TikTok, I found those videos like, stop scrolling and take a break or whatever. Like, I kept making fun of these videos, like, you're uploading on TikTok to actually stop using TikTok or whatever. Like, why? And I was like that, but like right now, like, I start and in year 12, yes, it did feel like, yeah, I'm glad I received these videos because I do feel a little more peaceful, you know. Like, social media started to become overwhelming. Yeah, feeling like I have to do this, or waiting for the streak, or like trying to not end the streak, and waiting for the notification of that person, or waiting for seeing if that person sent me or replied to my message, and everything. Like, it did feel overwhelming. I felt a little peaceful when I closed the lock screen notifications on my phone. It felt a little peaceful. Yeah, I started checking my phone a little less, but I have to tell you, before turning it off, I was using my phone for probably 12 hours. So yeah, with the 8 hours of sleeping, it was probably like 4 hours of not using the phone. Yeah, whenever I had my phone around me, I just used it. And when I didn't, I used my laptop and opened social media on it. So yeah, that is kind of messed up, I will not deny. Like, I felt like, yeah, my whole identity, I knew at that point, I knew I was addicted to social media, but I knew that there is nothing I could do. Like, yeah, when someone told me, you're holding it a lot, I know, but I'm just used to it. It became a habit, a lifestyle, no, and that is not good. That had to be solved. So yeah, I remember, like, around March of 2023, I found on YouTube some videos suggested related to social media detox, and I watched a couple of them. Like, yeah, I felt like I actually want to do this. This might actually make me feel a little less overwhelmed. So I felt like, yeah, I want to do it. But I felt like, no, I cannot do it now. Like, yeah, I'm addicted, and I am studying, and I'm doing anything. But, like, let me tell you, when I said I'm busy and I'm studying, I most probably was using social media. Like, yeah, I was, yeah, like, trying to study, which is embarrassing, but, like, yeah. So yeah, the thing is that I actually said, I will do it in the vacation, which, let's be honest, yeah, I was less likely going to do it in the vacation, because, yeah, I'm enjoying my time before college, and I would say, no, I will do it in college or whatever. Like, yeah. So in college, I would say, no, that I will change my lifestyle now. No, it's not good. I have to keep doing it. I will just get busy with my studies, and I won't. So yeah, I was trying to delay it. خلاص, okay? So yeah. I remember I was like, yeah, in March, I started getting the idea. And I'm feeling like, yeah, I realized how much I was dealing with. And my issues just kept increasing more and more. Like, yeah. Until May, like, I reached the peak of the stress. Like, dealing with everything now. I'm not sure what I should do. I just feel bad. I cannot study. I cannot do anything. I even feel bad when checking social media. I just check it because I'm used to do it. So yeah, that isn't good. So suddenly, I just decided, yeah, I have to quit social media. It wasn't easy, I will not deny. Like, I had a lot of things to worry about. Like, I was worried about, no, I will not just quit it. I will just log in again or use it. Like, I will just go back to using it. I will download the apps or log in from the website or whatever. Like, yeah, I could just open it anytime. So yeah, that isn't gonna help. I'm just acting as if I will. And I was worried about, like, feeling like I am different. I'm the odd one out. Like, I'm feeling like I'm missing out on the world around me. As I told you, I knew a lot of the things that I know now thanks to social media. So yeah, it did feel like, wait, what is happening here? Like, how will I know about this releasing or what's happening in the world and everything? Like, yeah, I just tried to find an excuse to not delete it. Like, yeah, like, feeling like I'm worried about being left out, like, disconnected from my friends, since I knew a lot of them from social media. Feeling like I will miss out on a lot, like, that song that they're singing or doing, what is that? You would have known if you had TikTok. And that, Some of maybe also I was worried about going back to social media. I was worried about actually not using the time off social media. Like, yeah, I always said that I was busy. And what will be different now? So yeah, I felt like, I will not use my time, and I will not feel better if I if I deleted social media. Like, I tried to find a lot of excuses. I'd like, and I started telling some of my friends, but like, as much as I was worried, I still decided that I will probably do it. I told my friends, most of them were not supportive. Yeah, مش هنكر، لا أنا المصداقية أهم حاجة، مع أغلبكم ما كانش مع الموضوع، فأنتوا شلتوني بصراحة. So yeah, but like, yeah, a few actually did support the idea. And I remember two highlights, which made me feel a little better, which were, firstly, I'm not sure if that friend will recognize themselves, but I hope they do, because yeah, I want to thank you for that conversation. Like, yeah, I remember me telling them, and them asking me like, why, and they wanting to actually know. Like, yeah, they heard me out. They heard my voice notes. I sent a lot of voice notes and text messages. So yeah, they heard the voice notes. They read the text messages, and they understood. They actually tried to help. They sent a lot of messages trying to, like, make me, like, I felt like, yeah, as much as the others made me feel like, that is weird. But like, yeah, that person actually understood. They told me, yeah, I understand. And I hope, if you feel like this is the best thing to be done, do it. I would have told you how the conversation actually went, but like, I do not really remember, especially because I deleted the account. I will tell you everything, just wait. So yeah, and they actually told me like, yeah, if you feel like this is what you need, then do it. And I hope you feel better very soon, and just know that we're waiting here for you, and we're here if you need anything. I really appreciated it. So yeah, thank you. If you recognize yourself. And another actually was more surprising. Like, yeah, I found someone who actually did that. They took time off social media. They took time off. Like, how? I asked them. Like, they said that, yeah, they felt like they wanted a break, and they took it, and they felt better. So that actually inspired me. That made me want to actually try to do it. Firstly, because it's possible. Secondly, because it helped them. Yeah, and they kind of made fun of me deleting the account. Why am I deleting the account? I will clarify now. But like, I have to say that they told me, are you a spy or something? Like, yeah, are you trying to hide from the government? No, I'm just wanting to. I want to delete the account because of a concept called fresh start. Okay, like, yeah, even my parents actually said, why are you deleting the accounts? Like, my family, entire family, like, why the accounts? Like, you could have just deleted them. I could have easily logged in, and I wanted a fresh start. What is a fresh start? Okay, so for me, it did feel like, yeah, I went through all of this with this account, and I feel like, yeah, I want to change as a person. I want to, like, this is the reason I was stressed. Like, I experienced the stressful moments with this account. And like, yeah, I feel like a fresh start would actually feel good. Like, I know I'm still not convincing, but like, for me, like, I remember seeing a video saying like, just if you feel like, yeah, there is something that you are holding on to so much, if you actually, like, if it was deleted out of your control, how would have you reacted? You would have felt terrible. You would have hated what happened. Like, if actually you delete it, you will experience this situation by your choice. And yeah, like, you will let go of the attachments. Like, for me, as someone who, like, every message, every picture, everything means the world to me, even the bad ones. Okay, like, yeah, I believe that everything made me who I am now. Every chat, every message in the chat, every picture, every feeling I felt during whatever. Yeah. So, like, deleting the accounts which I believe to be my identity, this was a very challenging step. But me realizing that yes, I am connecting my whole identity to social media. Maybe that's a problem. And it kind of was. Like, yeah. So yeah, I remember, like, oh, and I want to thank the second person too. Like, they actually inspired me. Like, I just forgot to thank you. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. But like, yeah, I do not remember if you were the person who told me that I was aspired or not. But I believe you were. Yeah, but in a different conversation. So yeah, anyways, so yeah, like I felt like no, I actually need to delete the account, not to go to prevent going back to it, and to let go of the attachments, let go of my past in a way. Yeah, so I did, and honestly, like, yeah, I decided like I will delete the accounts, and I did on the 13th of May. And honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, believe me, it was very peaceful. Yeah, very peaceful. Not waiting for someone to send a streak, a snap to make the streak last. Or not waiting for a friend to send me a post or to mention me in one. Or whatever. I felt like no, as much as I was disconnected, but I still felt like good. I felt like, I remember, like, I deleted it. I actually didn't feel like, I'd say I want to open the apps again. I didn't think of it for some time until I actually remember, like, seeing a friend, and then as they opened Instagram, and I see everyone I know posting stories and posts. Like, seriously, were you waiting for me to delete? Like, you didn't upload a post since last year, so now you actually are deleting, uploading a post. So yeah, that was very annoying. But like, yeah, I guess I said it's okay, I guess. Like, yeah, a couple of minutes later, I actually forgot all about it. Like, yeah, I was worried about missing out, but I didn't feel like I missed out on a lot. I was worried about feeling left out or disconnected from my friends. But actually, I still was connected to the ones I cared about. We still chatted on WhatsApp and talked on Discord, which were the only apps I had. I deleted all the other apps. I deleted Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter. Yeah, I downloaded Twitter at some point in year 12 with Reddit. Yeah, I downloaded Reddit, and I could say that it is something, but like, I deleted it also. Like, yeah, I'm rushing things, trying to, it is a point. So yeah, the thing is that, like, I believe that it wasn't hard. The thing is, like, yeah, I just felt like, no, I know that this is the thing that I need, and I'm doing it. And I'm glad I did. I will not deny. I felt good. I started connecting more with the people around me, with the world around me, seeing things that I never actually noticed. Like, I remember, like, asking my father when we were going home from school, and I told him, wait, they're opening a new place over here. And he was like, yeah, they've been trying to open it for a long while. And I was like, oh, I've been holding my phone all the time. So yeah, that's when I started realizing very old things that I never really noticed. So yeah, I started connecting more to the people around me, family members, friends I see in person, and everything. And the thing is that actually, really, like, two things that I would say very, like, surprising for me. Like, I found the time that I always never had, or said I never had. Yeah, I was able to do a lot of activities that I always wanted to do. And I was able to catch up with my studies, which is a really good thing. And like, when you have social media, you use it to get to know other people more. But when I deleted social media, I got to know myself a little more. And I'm glad I did. Yes, I felt like I connected my whole identity to social media, but when I deleted it, no, I actually feel good. I know who I am now. Alhamdulillah, yeah. So yeah, our identity, our whole personality, whoever we are, we're not connected to something. Okay? And yeah, we have to always remember this. And it doesn't only mean social media, I mean in general, to anything, even people. Yeah, because, I mean, like, yeah, we have to know who we are, alone or even if we're surrounded by everyone. Okay? So, yeah, and even surrounding social media, surrounding technology, surrounding anything. Yeah, we do not have to connect ourselves to something or someone to know who we are. Okay? We have to be ourselves, know who we are. Okay? I'm starting to say some things which are a little bit wise and too much, but like, yeah, I'm trying to say everything. And I remember trying to actually process everything that I was going through for the past 3 years. Like, yeah, or even more. Like, yeah, I was processing a lot of things. I actually tried to deal with some. And I would say I did. Alhamdulillah. I would say I started processing everything. I started to think of, why does that make me feel the way I feel? Am I sure about this? Do I feel like that and everything? Like, yeah. Like, it all felt like I'm starting to reach somewhere. I know who I am, and I know that I went through all of these, but I still am trying to overcome them or feel better or whatever. So yeah, deleting social media was a good thing. I was worried about a lot of things, but I would say I destroyed my expectations. Yeah, because I am proud of myself. Yeah, I did this because I felt like maybe, just maybe, I would be proud of myself. And I am. And I am proud of myself for doing this. I feel like, yeah, I've reached somewhere when I can say, a point where I can say that I know who I am. I know that I haven't experienced everything, like the perfect life or the worst life ever. I know if life is a mixture, and I know something which feels weird, but like when I deleted social media, I felt like I was mature a little bit more, which I know is weird, but like, yeah, it just happened out of nowhere. I do not know why. Like, yeah, but like, I forget what I was saying. But yeah, as much as it felt like it would have been the most challenging thing, but like, it wasn't, believe me. Like, you should just, know that I'm doing this for myself. Yeah, and the connections that are meant to last will last. They do not need an app or whatever to, like, to still to still last or strengthen. Okay. And I forgot what I was saying, but like, I was another thing that I remember experiencing, like, me sitting with my friends, or like hanging out with my friends, or sitting with my family in the gatherings. Like, I was probably the only one not holding the phone, and if I did, I was probably checking WhatsApp for a second and I closed it. Yeah, like, I remember like sitting with my friends and I was like seeing them who hold the phones. I was like, you guys, we're here to hang out together. Let's just talk. It did feel like, we're here to hang out together, sit together, talk, have meaningful conversations or meaningless conversations. Like, let's just make use of that time instead of just taking, using social media or waiting a certain notification or everything. I would say, like, and in family gatherings, like, it was funny actually remembering that they always used to tell me not to hold the phone, and now I'm not holding the phone and they're the ones holding it. So I was like, times have changed. And I remember a week before I got back to using social media, because I did return to social media eventually. Like, yeah, I will not deny before like 2 weeks before I started downloading the apps, feeling like, yeah, I want to download them again, and then I uninstalled them without even opening them, then I installed them again, and then I delete them again. I kept doing so again and again and again, like about 3 times. But like during that part, I actually realized something while talking to a friend who was telling me about a snap someone sent and him wanting to know more about what was happening. A friend was traveling, and they like sent a streak, and that friend told me like, yeah, I saw that streak sent by that person, and they probably traveled, but I want to know where. And I like felt like, ask them, you could just ask them, and they said no for some reason. I remember like we had this talk, and I told them something that I realized at this moment. I just realized that it's as sad knowing that, yeah, you have to have an app to actually know what's happening in someone else's life. Why don't we just talk? Yeah, like maybe in a call, maybe as a text, not waiting for a post or a story to actually release. Yeah, like I felt like that, and that was the person who told me that I was a grandpa. Yeah. But like, yeah, I realize this, and in all honesty, I still stand by it. Like, yeah, I do realizing that I downloaded social media again, and I'm not planning to use it the same way. Yeah, I am trying my best not to fall back to the same way I still use it. Like, I would say I got back around probably 11th of July. Yeah. And I remember like me feeling weirded out by everything, like related to social media. Like, yeah, I remember this. And me feeling like I missed nothing on TikTok. So still the most trending videos ever. And like, yeah, I decided to follow the people that I actually want to still have in my followers list. Like, and all of this. Like, yeah, I started to use it a little differently, not just the same way. And I'm trying my best not to fall back. And even the podcast, the whole idea is just to get myself busy instead of actually feeling bored and just checking social media. I'm doing it. Instead of watching some people experiencing things, I can talk about my experiences. Yeah, why should I only be hearing their experiences? I can talk about mine. So yeah, and it's been actually nice. Like, yeah, I can spend... Instead of scrolling through TikTok for 3 hours, I could just keep trying to record for 3 hours. Yeah, I do that. So for the people who are actually saying that I'm not trying to actually be short, I am trying my best, okay? So yeah, I am back to using social media. And I honestly am glad I did take the break I did. Believe me, I cannot express how much I feel, how better I feel since I did. I still feel as good as I felt at that time. I actually am considering turning off the lock screen notifications again, or the notifications in general, because it does feel like, yeah, it was peaceful, more peaceful. Like having my phone ringing all the time. Like I actually either have it on do not disturb or silent all the time, because I actually get overwhelmed by all the notification sounds still. So yeah, I'm trying my best to like not fall back to the same way I used to use it. I'm trying to like learn from, I would say, yeah, my past. Like, if I would say anything after experiencing everything I experienced with social media and my time off social media and everything, which is, I would say, is the conclusion. Like, I would say that as much as it feels like social media is important, and it kind of is, but it is not essential. Remember that there was a time when social media didn't exist. Yes, we didn't exist at that time, but like, yeah, you get the point. The people from the past are no better than us in any way. We can be even better. We can be the generation that had social media, but still didn't really get consumed by it. Like, yeah, we know that there is a lot to like about it, but still, We know that life has more. The people around us have more. Like, it's better to actually take a picture to save for your gallery than taking a snap to make a streak last. It's better to post your thoughts for the people to actually know what you think, not just to get followers. It's better to just, have your identity, show your identity, rather to have it formed by social media. We are people without social media. We are still the same people. We have to remember this. As much as we think that we are attached, but actually we are much more than we think. Yeah, social media has nothing, adds nothing when it comes to how amazing each of us, every one of us is. No, it's not gonna make you cooler, it's not gonna make you better. It's just, be yourself. Every one of us is special. Okay, believe me. I'm telling you now, social media, yes, is good, but still, we're better. We're much more. With it, without it, whatever. Okay? I just wanted to clarify this. Yes. And I'm not kidding, would suggest you trying to take a break from social media, even for a short time. And I would recommend a long time for it to actually be more impactful, probably some of us will spend the first couple of weeks or days stressing or feeling life is empty. Later we will cope. Okay, so and in all honesty, as soon as I upload this episode, I downloaded all the social media applications again. But in all honesty, I do feel I do not need X. Shall I call it X now? Yeah, because they changed Twitter to X. And and Reddit. I'm planning to delete those two apps because I do not feel like they're adding much to me. I do not feel like I'm using them a lot. I do not feel I do not really care about them. I want to delete them, and I will. And hopefully one day I will delete other applications that I do not feel they add much. And I would say that I will try my best to always prevent myself from going back and using social media the way I did in the past. Because I realized a lot. I will not deny. And I know this whole episode might be a little what is the extra thing that you said? But believe me, there is no extra here, except what you will experience when you do it. I cannot tell you how amazing it is for hours and hours. You will say the same thing, and probably even the more professional ones will say the same things I say. When you experience it, it will be very different, which this was the reality. For me, it was very different from what I saw. It is very different for all of us. Do not connect your self-worth, your identity, your whole personality, or everything to social media. We still are the most amazing people ever, with social media and without it. Okay? And there is a lot waiting for us outside social media. Believe me, I would some of the more enjoyable times were actually when I stopped using social media. I enjoyed the moment more. I wasn't waiting for a notification to be sent. So again, what I'm telling you is, I really suggest that you do it. I know it's even longer than last time, but I tried my best, seriously. بس عجبكم انا العربي ده المرة دي، اتكلمت عربي كام مرة كده، حاولت. بس بجد as much as it feels ايه ده ليه? Why are you doing this? أو why are you telling us about all of this. بس بجد it is really good, better than you will ever imagine. Yes, I feel better, and I cannot express that as much as I should probably do that. But like, yes, this will impact your life it will have a major impact on your life. تمام. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, see you next time. Yeah, and probably I do not know what I will talk about, but like, we'll see. Like, I will try to make it a surprise, except for the people who actually like I get their opinion on the poster or whatever, or yeah, like yeah. But like, yeah, and something for the people who will ask, like, how am I using social media now? Like, yeah, I'm using it fine. Like, yeah, I'm still trying not to fall back, which is something you have to remember when you go back to social media. You realize the good things that you had experienced without social media. And you know that social media can be tempting, but yeah, you lived a couple of days without it. So yes, this actually made a difference for me. And I remember كان في يوم كده في النص أنا ما مسكتش موبايل أصلا. بجد يعني it felt like موضوع مسح السوشيال ميديا ده يعني بجد أثر عليا إن أنا بقيت تمام، إن أنا ما بقيتش متمسك قوي الحاجات دي. You get what I mean? So yeah, I would say that I'm done. I'm sorry for making it a longer episode, but like, you can take breaks, but you should finish the episode, okay? So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and see you next episode.